Sorry guys, I accidentally stopped the video. It's right here, what you call lobster in the woods, or lobster of the woods. Get a better view of it. Now those are edible, but they are known highly for having parasites, and if they have a certain parasite, it can make you sick. There's more write-ups. Here you go. There's more write-ups on that mushroom, but it's not one that I'd like to try it, but it's either good or it's bad. And that one looked really good. Like that looked like it'd be a prime example to test out. Warning: stream poison thanks to the do not drink from or collect water. Shoot, half the sign's missing.
Really?
The apartment.
I got a little bit of a glimpse of it.
Polecat Trail. Oh, I really want to take the Subaru up that. Like it's screaming, you need to check me out. And then DNR just down the road come up here and be like, I really got to write you a big ticket. And I'm like, no, please, I don't have any money. He's like, well, so, see, I really want to take the Subaru through that because I know the Subaru can do it. Logs like this usually covered in mushrooms. Yeah.
It's just so beautiful. I'm trying to get a little
It's
good.
really nice up here. I've been up here a few times in Kanawha State Forest, but I've never really just sat back and enjoyed the drive. You know, usually we come up here and go walking. Like the time me, you, and Pawpaw and your sister and
Mom.
up here walking. Like I had the trails mapped out, and we did the mileage, but yeah,
Hurt my leg after that, but
we was all wore out.
didn't we like find like 2 turtles in a creek?
All kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff up here where it's protected. Not a lot of people up here acting fools. You'll find more mushrooms. It's less traveled, so you're gonna find more stuff. It's more natural.
You know what you need to do, Dad? You need to start your own channel.
I know.
Because how much you know about this stuff?
It takes money.
No, it doesn't.
It takes time. Yeah, it does.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It doesn't take that much money to go up here and do this. It takes your gas, but then you gotta worry about the maintenance of your vehicle.
Oh.
And then you gotta have your camera equipment.
Oh, I thought you said it takes money for recording. I was like, what?
No, it's just to get out and do this stuff, and then where I've got you kids and your mom to take care of, and then all the dogs. Now we got 5 dogs. It takes time to come up here and do that, and time to come up here and do this takes time away from me doing side jobs and working all kinds of stuff. Now we know where the gun range is.
Maybe one day we'll come up here with Pawpaw.
Okay, you can start recording again.
Okay.
This is, you don't want to record people.
Shooting.
Yeah.
That's what I'll pause.
Around here, it ain't nothing, but if someone from California or, one of the big city areas sees that, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's people with guns. Well, it's literally, the gun range is there for you to practice. Just pick up your brass, be respectful. Obviously don't be shooting at people. Don't be shooting at wildlife. I don't think you're allowed to hunt up here. And I know you cannot cut trees, because I actually worked for a guy cutting trees. I used to climb trees for him. I want to cut trees out of people's yards.
Yeah.
And he done 15 years in prison because he was logging on National Forest. And
Really?
he got busted, and he ended up going 15 years in prison for cutting trees. Which, I mean, we're not talking about trees like that. We're talking about, big trees, protected trees. And that's the reason why we have
Like-
state forest and national forest.
Like that tree?
No, like these are saplings in comparison to some places. Like you go to California, and one of these days we'll get to make it up there. I've always wanted to go to the redwoods. We just never been able to go up there. But they have redwood trees that are big enough you can drive a car through.
Really?
But obviously, you know, if someone cuts one of them down, I mean, it's pretty freaking obvious because they're like 200-300 feet tall and, you know, like 80 feet wide. I really don't know how wide they are, but I know they're massive trees. And I want to say he was arrested in Pennsylvania, but we have these national and state forests to protect the wildlife. So basically, these are sanctuaries for Mother Nature in itself. This is so greedy people don't come out here and like, oh, I could build a skyscraper right here, and then with that skyscraper I'll have restaurants and apartment complexes everywhere, and next thing you know, you don't have crap. Like they done killed the ecosystem, deers, like the trail we was on, it was for bats. So it's a sanctuary for those bats to be bats. Bats eat mosquitoes, they eat flies. We need bats. The way God created the earth, it's a system, and everything helps do its part, so the next part of the system can do its part.
What does a wasp do?
Wasps?
Yeah.
They provide protection for whatever's in their domain.
Oh.
I really don't know. I think wasps, I mean, you know, they sting. They have a purpose. I don't know what, like mosquitoes. To me, that is the most senseless creature ever created. I hate mosquitoes. But if an archaeologist or a scientist finds a mosquito wrapped up in sap, you know, and it's got, you know, they undo it, they examine the blood. Oh my God, there's T-Rex blood. You know, this thing ate the blood of a T-Rex, you know, 2 million years ago, blah, blah, blah. They're ecstatic.
You make T-Rex again.
So, you know, they have their own purpose. Although I hate mosquitoes.
That's what they did in like Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They clone using that blood. So see, everything has its own part in the ecosystem. If we just went through and developed everything, bulldozed, like there's places like this all across America where people's come in. First it's railroad tracks, and then after the country developed farther, they, you know, started making wagon trains and stuff. So you've got railroad tracks that cut through all this earth. That ruins the ecosystem. The next thing, you've got wagon trains, which then turned into interstates and road systems. And of course, if you got a road system, you're going to have people build houses close to the roads. That way they can get, you know, out farther for trade or for supplies, you know, whatever they need. And each change like that changes the ecosystem and the environment that is surrounding that area. Like a deer, you know, they'll keep, you know, between a 5 and 10 mile range. Squirrels, you know, they generally stay within a mile of their home. But if you keep changing it, you know, like a whole road, like Route 66, it goes all the way from Chicago to San Diego in that area. That's, you know, kind of diagonal across the country. Think of how many habitats were ruined building that road. And it's not saying that, you know, they made animals extinct, but if you have enough roads and enough development like that, it does make the animals extinct. Because it keeps ruining their habitats, their environments.
I wonder how like white tigers keep dying.
Because people hunt them.
They do?
Like, they're over in Africa and India, those areas, and because they are such a unique animal, people have hunted them almost into extinction. That way they can say, oh, you know, look, I got this beautiful coat. You know, rich people, they have these nice, pretty wives, so they want to make them happy. So they, you know, I'm gonna get you the most exotic coat you ever seen. It'll be just as exotic as you are, and they'll hire someone or they'll go out and hunt them themselves. And enough people do that, it's hunting to where they almost don't exist now.
same as elephants. They just take their trunks.
Same as elephant. Yeah, back in the day, they would just kill them, just take their tusk.
Not even
The
eat
ivory.
them. They wouldn't.
You know, for pool balls and for, you know, game pool.
Yeah.
They would. I did see a elephant tusk one time that was whittled or carved,
Yeah.
and it's. I mean, it was really pretty, super pretty. But it's illegal as crap because people go hunt them, and like earlier we was talking about especially trout regulate. Excuse me, I didn't even catch trout out here.
Yeah. When I was little, well, still to this day, elephants are still my favorite animal.
Okay, so earlier this morning we was talking about hunting,
Mhm.
and the Native Americans, they would use everything: bones, hair. Like the hair you could use, they use their pelts, which is their hide. You know, that they make leather. That's how they made their clothes, stuff like that. Bones would become tools. They would become beads. You know, they would
Knives.
carve them down. Bone handles for knives.
Or sometimes just knives.
Yeah, they're phone knives. And poachers, you know, they get so many thousands of dollars for an elephant tusk. Well, elephant's a pretty big animal, and a lot of times you got to go way out in the woods to get one of these elephants. So they would kill an elephant, cut the tusk off, and leave the rest of it. They wouldn't eat the meat, which I don't know.
If it's good.
Well, I mean, you can eat any animal.
Just once.
Whether it's good or not, I don't know. You know, like you can eat horse, but I've heard horse is really chewy, really tough. But these poachers, you know, they go out there and kill these animals, and they just leave them. They just take the part that's most valuable, like tigers. You know, they take their teeth. Usually, they cut their head off and take the hide, and then just leave the meat.
But they'll cut their head off?
Yeah.
Oh, to hang it up?
Yeah.
Doesn't, like, everyone do that when they get their, like, first, like, a deer or something? Like,
I never did.
well, how?
I mean, if I killed a big buck, I mean, we're talking like a massive buck, then yeah, I'd probably have it mounted.
So, does everyone do that? Like, if you kill a deer, you can just cut off its head and have it mounted?
There's a special way of doing it, but yeah, you can do it.
I want to do it for my first deer, but
Dakota. That's where Sean works.
my phone's at like 4%, but
Oh, I don't think I have a charging cord in
yeah, at least not mine. I have a Samsung. I don't know why. It's just I'm not a big fan of iPhone. I've always used like an Android or Samsung. The only reason. What?
here. I was looking to see if that was Sean.
I'm eyeing the video right here. Unless if you have more things to say.
Well, what else would you like to know about it? Well, you can end it and then you can use my phone if you like.
Yeah. Okay.